from a goblin to a goblin god, Lin Tian was once a human, but he died and was reincarnated as a dirty little goblin in a video game. Goblin Lin hoped the Holy Knight's order would help him, but instead they tricked him into coming to the village with promises of help while killing his best friend Kelia right in front of him. Back in the village, Holy Knight Lauder talks to the town people about the goblin threat that has brought a blight upon the town. Now the townspeople do not like goblins and they want to see the goblin threat dealt with once and for all. But the Holy Maiden assures the townspeople that if they continue to pray, the temple will always protect its most devout followers. Now later, back in Holy Maiden Afreya's quarters, she knows that now the townsfolk will pray even more devoutly and offer even more tributes to the temple. But Afreya also has Goblin Lin bound to a wall as her goblin little plaything bitch boy that she likes to torture. Goblin Lin calls Afreya a bitch, so this time she decides to see how poison affects him. Goblin Lin calls Afreya a traitor for deceiving everyone and killing Kelia. He then berates her for gaslighting people with her so-called holy order. But Afreya doesn't take so kindly to that, and she stabs Goblin Lin in the mouth, letting him know that little weak, dirty, trashy, and lustful creatures shouldn't question human justice. She tells Lin that goblins are nothing more than vermin on this continent, and he should be grateful for even getting the opportunity to speak to the Holy Maiden. The Holy Maiden then fashions a spell circle around Goblin Lin and proceeds to shock him to death. Lin sees flashes of Kelia's dead body while he's getting his ass whooped by a bunch of Holy Knights. Lin sees flashes of himself being tortured by the Holy Maiden until eventually everything goes dark. As Goblin Lin falls into the abyss, he notices his body is starting to reassimilate in the virtual world. Goblin Lin is still alive, and the Transmigrator offers him a chance to start over. Goblin Lin is reborn, and this time he comes back slightly stronger and with slightly better stats. Goblin Lin also has the ability to run simulations to test out the probability of new strategies succeeding. Goblin Lin goes to the exchange shop and he notices they have a fuck ton of really good weapons, but the problem is, right now, his level is just way too low. The only weapon he could get his hands on just happens to come in the form of a dagger that happens to be an elven lightweight swift blade. The dagger is fragile, but very sharp, and it grants him plus 15 strength as well as a plus 10% speed bonus. Now Goblin Lin wonders why he didn't see Kelia this time around, but due to the host's rebirth, some details in his life may have changed. Luckily in this timeline, Kelia was not captured by goblins and continues to live happily in the village. Goblin Lin is happy as it looks like he managed to fulfill his promise to protect Kelia after all, but it doesn't change what Lauder and the Holy Maiden did to her. Now as Goblin Lin goes to leave the cave, he hears some noise emanating from outside. Now this noise just happens to be coming from two Holy Knights that are patrolling the area. Now these knights just so happen to be doing the bidding of Lauder, and Goblin Lin has a bone to pick with Lauder. Lin changes his voice, pretending to imitate a girl that was captured from Brighttown. The knights make their way into the cave, blade in hand, as they plan to kill any females that were captured by goblins, seeing as they don't want any goblin spawn to come from the females. But as one of the knights enters the cave, he gets stabbed and killed by Goblin Lin. To be continued.